If you've ever asked yourself, how am I working this hard and still struggling financially? You're not alone. Many people wake up early, work long hours, stay busy all day, and yet at the end of the month, they feel stressed, behind, and financially stuck. The painful truth is that working hard is not the same as building wealth. Effort alone does not guarantee progress. Direction does. The first reason you might always feel broke, even if you work hard, is because you are trading time for money without increasing your value. When your income is directly tied to the number of hours you work, your financial growth has a ceiling. There are only so many hours in a day. If you don't develop new skills, improve your expertise, or position yourself in higher value opportunities, you stay locked in a system where effort increases exhaustion, but not income. Hard work without strategy leads to burnout, not freedom. Another major reason is lifestyle inflation. As soon as you earn more, you spend more. You upgrade your car, your phone, your subscriptions, your habits. It feels like progress, but in reality, your financial stress remains the same because your expenses grow alongside your income. Wealth is not built by how much you make. It is built by the gap between what you earn and what you spend. If you make $2,000 and spend $1,900, you are trapped. If you make $5,000 and spend $4,900, you are still trapped. The numbers are bigger, but the pressure is the same. Another uncomfortable truth is that many people avoid looking at their finances clearly. They don't track expenses. They don't calculate where their money goes. They don't review their subscriptions. They operate emotionally instead of intentionally. Avoidance creates anxiety, and anxiety keeps you stuck. The moment you sit down and face your numbers honestly, you regain control. Clarity is power. You might also be broke because you were never taught financial discipline. Schools rarely teach budgeting, investing, negotiation, or wealth-building habits. So you follow the default path: earn, spend, repeat. But financial growth requires conscious decisions. It requires delayed gratification. It requires saying no to temporary comfort in exchange for long-term stability. Discipline is the bridge between income and independence. Another reason you might feel financially stuck is because you focus only on cutting costs instead of increasing income. Yes, budgeting matters, but there is a limit to how much you can reduce expenses. There is no limit to how much you can increase your earning potential. Learning high-income skills, asking for raises, negotiating your salary, starting side projects, or building additional income streams can dramatically shift your financial trajectory. The goal is not just to survive. The goal is to expand. However, increasing income without improving money management leads back to the same cycle. That's why mindset matters. If you see money as something that always disappears, you unconsciously treat it that way. If you believe you're bad with money, you act in alignment with that belief. Identity shapes behavior. If you want financial growth, you must adopt the identity of someone who manages money wisely, invests consistently, and plans strategically. Another overlooked reason people stay broke is comparison. Social media creates unrealistic standards of success. You see vacations, luxury purchases, flashy lifestyles, and you feel pressure to keep up. But comparison destroys financial stability. Many people who look wealthy are deeply in debt. Real wealth is quiet. It is disciplined. It is patient. It prioritizes assets over appearances. You may also be broke because you avoid risk completely. Playing safe feels responsible, but avoiding all risk can keep you stagnant. Calculated risks like investing in education, starting a business, or learning new skills can expand your opportunities dramatically. Growth requires stepping outside your comfort zone financially, not recklessly, but strategically. Another important factor is lack of long-term planning. If you live paycheck to paycheck without a clear financial vision, your money disappears into short-term needs. But when you define clear goals, whether it's building an emergency fund, paying off debt, investing monthly, or saving for a specific milestone, you give your money direction. Money without direction drifts. Here are practical steps you can start applying immediately. First, track every expense for 30 days. No excuses. Awareness alone often reduces unnecessary spending because you begin noticing patterns. Second, build a small emergency fund, even if it starts with a few $100s. Financial stress decreases dramatically when you have a buffer. Third, invest in yourself. Learn skills that increase your market value. Communication, sales, digital skills, leadership, and technical expertise can multiply your income faster than working extra hours at the same rate. Fourth, automate saving and investing. When money is saved before you can spend it, discipline becomes easier. Fifth, reduce one major unnecessary expense and redirect that money into growth, whether that's debt repayment, investing, or skill development. Sixth, set a financial target for the next 12 months. Not vague, specific. Clarity creates action. Most importantly, stop equating hard work with financial intelligence. They are not the same. You can work 12 hours a day and still struggle if your strategy is weak, but you can work smarter, position yourself better, manage money intentionally, and gradually create stability. Be patient with yourself. If you grew up without financial guidance, this is not your fault, but it is your responsibility now. Blame keeps you stuck. Ownership moves you forward. Financial growth is not about becoming obsessed with money. It is about creating freedom. Freedom to choose where you work. Freedom to handle emergencies calmly. Freedom to invest in opportunities. Freedom to live without constant stress. If you are always broke despite working hard, it is not because you are lazy. It is because effort without financial awareness keeps you cycling in survival mode. The moment you shift from reactive spending to intentional planning, from hourly thinking to value thinking, from short-term pleasure to long-term stability, your trajectory changes. Wealth is built slowly. Discipline compounds. Skills compound. Investments compound. Small decisions repeated monthly create dramatic results over years. Start today. Track your money, raise your value, control your expenses, think long-term. Hard work matters, but strategy transforms. And when effort meets direction, everything shifts.